Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Gardening for Life channel. This is just a quick video on some of the watering techniques that we use in our garden. We will have a very detailed episode on our watering techniques, but this is just to show you some of the good practices that we've been using. So what you see here is basically we've been using these simple watering hose and some of the recycling materials in the house, such as this recycled bottle that we use. We cut off the bottom and then we essentially use it to put it 3 to 4 inches into the ground, and we use this simple hose or bucket to water. This avoids actually, this light watering, but also to make sure that the water really goes deep into the ground, and it's deep watering technique to ensure that the water level or the water basin 3 to 4 inches into the ground has been filled properly, and it's not light watering on top, which would just evaporate with the sun. This really helps us to not just use these recycled materials, but also to make sure that the water is being absorbed properly by the roots, and that it's not just evaporating. So these are just some other bottles that we have inserted everywhere in our garden. Just want to show you a couple of them, and it really helps us to not just do a very good job with deep watering, but also to conserve the rainwater which gets saved in them as well. Another method that we've been using quite a lot, which is working well, is these recycled buckets. So these buckets, we have been using it for other purposes, and then when it breaks down, we use it for composting, and then here we use it also for saving rainwater, but also we cut the sides off, as you can see, which helps us to also water the plants very gradually to avoid any of the splash of the soil, to avoid diseases. And that really helps us also to make sure that the water has been that the water reaches all parts of the garden bed as well. So that's another very successful and helpful technique for us that we have really enjoyed doing. It also helps us quite a lot to do liquid fertilizer use as well. So if we put it in the bucket, we're able to ensure that it's diluted very well, and then we just run the water gradually through that bucket all over the garden as well. So it's also a very effective technique for us. I don't really support or really push for advertising any of those fancy watering vans and hoses that you might see a lot of the gardeners promoting on their channel. I think what's really important is to really go back to your basic techniques. So what I usually use is a simple hose, or what I even do is use like a watering can. It's an old one that we've been using, works perfectly. Or I do manually with a bucket of water and putting it into the garden, and that can take 20 to 30 trips, but you know what, it's a good exercise and it's a good way of just using materials you have in your house. So no need for some of those fancy gardening equipment if you can just use with whatever you have in the house. So thanks a lot guys for tuning in, and hope to see you guys again soon. Please like and subscribe the video, and thanks for all your support. Keep gardening. Thanks a lot guys. Bye.